I love that sweet onion sound of our intro music.
That sweet, sweet, spicy jingle. How you doing, Ty?
I'm jinglinging right now, Eric. I'm having a great Friday, a fantastic day. How about you?
That is awesome. I'm having a great Friday as well. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do later tonight. It's kind of like one of those sad, rainy Fridays. The snow is still kind of just like hanging out on all the roads out there. So we'll see what happens. But I'll probably head to the city and maybe find a spot for dinner.
That's my move too tonight. I will be making my way downtown shortly after this episode. I don't know where yet. I don't know where the night will take me. Hopefully, it's not a casino. I'm excited either way, though. But how are you
Dude.
managing dinner time? Because I hear you're doing dry January, which is one,
Oh, fuck.
lame as hell, and two, probably a big struggle.
Dude, it's the most gay thing ever to do dry Jan.
Now, do you think it's gay because you are a part of a minority who is probably being like expelled from social situations because of who you are?
Oh, wow. I don't think so. I think I've been like having a good time regardless. Bay is joining me in the festivities, so I can always
Mm,
hang out with her. My parents are both doing it, so when we go to their place for dinner, there's no alcohol being consumed, and
right.
it's really tough. Like it makes me realize like how much you rely on alcohol to talk to your parents. Even it's like yeah, nothing's new. Just hanging out. Like work is boring, and pod's doing great. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, dude, that's tough. So it's a sober family affair, though. That would be almost worse than doing it on your own. But I mean, coming out of the wine cellar with your partner is probably a smart move. You're on the same page that then, the same side of the foot long.
Yeah, it helps to have a partner in crime who is not going to ditch you because you're boring, you know? But I guess the benefit is I'm like the dedicated driver for the month. So
Mm.
there's pros and cons even if you are drinking and I'm not. But let me tell you, man, it's been a struggle.
Yeah, dude, you're probably having. I hope you're not going to relapse at all this weekend. That there is a risk there on a Friday night.
Absolutely. I've been strategically choosing restaurants that like you don't really need to drink at. Like for
Mm.
example, like I went to sushi, I went to like a falafel restaurant. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
like places like that where it's like drinking is not really like part of the experience. But if you go to
Yeah.
like a Joe Forte's, for example, like you're having three martinis.
Hmm. Yeah, it's undeniable. Some places it comes with the territory. So my first thought went
Mhm.
to sushi as well. Every time I get a beer at sushi or some sake, which is only when I go with you for some reason, extra. I mean,
Happens.
I mean, that should be a count, right? Because that Asahi is extra dry. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's an exception. But
I mean,
yeah,
it goes
I
down
don't.
so well. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah, it's crispy and smooth, but I feel like the dining experience of sushi is sans alcohol, and I don't know why. The dining experience at Subway is sans alcohol as well. I do know why in that sense, but that is an option that is available to you if you want to play it safe, resist temptation.
You mean like going to Subway to not drink? Because like I think that's probably the top restaurant where people bring their own drinks.
You think so? Yeah, you're probably right, actually.
There's no corking fee at Subway.
Damn, and it would probably help just some of these ingredients go down.
Hmm.
Dude, I'm in a hole right now. I'm in a scroll hole of the 20-page Subway ingredient guide PDF because I sometimes I come back here because I just need to know for certain, like, and what am I actually eating here? There's
Hmm.
some
It's
there's
a
some
dark, dark
interesting.
place.
Dude, it is dark. Like the number of ingredients under the meat type steak. Are you familiar with steak?
As in the steak and cheese.
Yeah, but just steak in this case, no cheese added. There's so many ingredients. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, the steak is a funny one because when you picture a steak, you picture like something very kind of specific, right? But the
Mhm.
steak at Subway is shredded. It's like
Mhm.
shredded lettuce. Like when you picture lettuce, you picture like the leaf of lettuce, but it's shredded at Subway. Same thing with a steak. Why is that?
Yeah, dude, like, I'm imagining, like, a beautiful tomahawk on bone, flaked in gold, but this
Yeah.
is, like, the layers of, like, a mutilated human.
I'm picturing a small Persian man sprinkling seasoning on it and then branding it with like a hot iron.
Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, why is Subway steak in a league of its own as far as, like, completely riffing on the steak form factor? Do you think it's because it's, like, on this whole list, like, everything seems like the ingredients in it represent it. Like, the turkey breast, the first ingredients, turkey breast, rotisserie style chicken, not that many ingredients following chicken. Believe it or not, the pepperoni's pork and the pastrami's beef cured with water, salt, and sugar. So, it's the steak that's confusing me right now. Oh, the
Okay,
turkey's
let's
kinda weird too. The turkey is they specified it's turkey meat separated by a machine, and I don't know what that means. I don't know why they needed to tell me that.
hmm, right. So they're just eliminating jobs over there at the Subway factory.
Mhm, and
What
they're
is
and they're bragging about it.
Yeah. This is interesting. So are you saying just looking at the ingredient list alone, ordering the steak and ordering the turkey might be not good for you because you're actually ordering a ton of preservatives and like all kinds of other shit that's like impossible to pronounce?
Yeah, that's 100% it. The steak ingredients surpass all of the other meats, because it's just like a paragraph of things, and some of the words I do understand. We got some cornstarch in there, some dried tomato, for some reason, some red cabbage concentrate, that must be for color, soybean oil, but
Oh.
then you get some weird stuff too, like natural beef type flavor. I don't know what that
Hmm.
could mean.
That's that's insane because it should just be beef. Shouldn't beef have all the natural flavor it needs?
It doesn't make any sense.
So, do you think these things are like like the marinade for the beef? Like, was it sitting in some kind of like wicked sauce?
Mm.
And those ingredients are just like what form the actual marinade? Because I can imagine like sauce would have like a million ingredients that no one knows about.
Yeah, that's a good point. It could be the like whatever it's absorbing. I'm not familiar, I've never consumed it, so I can't guarantee that it's even seasoned.
You're really not missing anything, Ty. I'll be honest. There are some meats where I'll have them at Subway and I'll think, wow, Ty needs to try this. The steak is not one
Mhm.
of them.
No. After reading the steak down, dude, I don't think I wanna try it.
No, man.
Oh, wow. There's multiple things on this list that are just there for color, like beet juice, red cabbage concentrate, and turmeric, which they even specified is for color.
Oh.
So, I wonder what color the steak wants to naturally be. Do you pick gray, brown, or, like, a third mystery color?
Hmm. That's a good question. I mean, it's pretty gray as is. So it makes me wonder now, like, what is a starting gray color before they add the red, like beet
Mhm.
juice? Because that would like my intuition is telling me that it would come out like looking rare. You know?
Mhm.
Like, are they trying
Yeah,
to make like
yeah.
a tartare or something with that? But it's really doesn't look like that at all. It just looks like cooked, like kind of like old meat.
There's probably, like, an art to making the steak look exactly the color it needs to be, to feel like, yes, it's really meat, but yes, it's also been out for a while. Like, they don't want it to look too
Hmm.
fresh, too rare, too well done, too
Hmm.
old, too new. It has to look realistic.
Hmm. The other thing when I think it's I think meat turns gray when it's exposed to oxygen. So they're probably
Mm.
trying to like navigate this because the meat is always exposed to oxygen, right? It's just sitting in the bucket. So it's probably like so pale that it just looks like a dead body. And they have to like do something with it to just, liven it up a little bit.
Right. No one's gonna wanna eat the dead body,
Definitely not.
the rotting meat. Literally, it's rotting flesh the way that it, like, is
Mhm.
sliced and layered.
But you know what? If this was Halloween, this would be a great opportunity to rename some of the ingredients to be like after body parts or like other
Mm.
ghastly things that might end up in your sandwich. Like I'm already thinking like the marinara sauce is blood, and then the meatballs in there could be, I don't know, just other human remains.
Damn. So like, what's the steak then? Like old poon?
No, that's the roast beef.
Ah, shit.
Ah, shit. Can you just list off like a few more of these things? Like, what else is in there? I need to know what I'm missing out on.
Specifically in the steak down, we've got
Yeah, sure.
some dextrose, sodium phosphate, garlic powder, corn, maltodextrin, flavoring. Ooh, that sounds ambiguous.
Wow.
Potato, maltodextrin, citric acid, hydrolyzed corn protein, ascorbic acid, yeast extract, caramelized sugar, onion powder, soybean oil. We're getting close to the end of the list. I've been jumping around here. What am I missing? Oh, beef. Beef's the number one ingredient. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. More man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
But they spell beef with an A, so who knows what that is?
Oh, interesting. Is there
No,
like a
I'm just
trademark
kidding.
symbol? Oh, okay, never
That'd
mind.
be pretty funny.
They were doing that for a while at McDonald's, I think. Like they would say it's like Canadian beef, but like the corporation that supplies the beef is called Canadian Beef. So they
Mm,
like skirted the law, I guess. They could just say it was Canadian beef, but it was actually like from a corporation.
right. They're just passing the blame, kicking the can to whoever Canadian Beef Incorporated is. They're responsible
Hmm.
now for that.
And then
That's
when
smart.
the investigation closes, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, that place you guys were getting beef from was not actually Canadian beef," and then McDonald's goes, "What? No way!
You wouldn't. How
Oh
could you?
no, nah, fam, you wildin'."
Our customers.
Damn, they were in on it the
Yeah,
whole
dude.
time.
A saving grace in this list of ingredients, Eric, is, believe it or not, the veggie patty.
Oh
I
hell
am
yeah, dude! Big
I
glow up for the
actually
veggie patty.
yeah, huge newfound respect for this wad of mush because I understand almost everything on this list, and there's a surprising like spectrum of vegetables here. We got
Okay.
carrots followed by onions. Those are your two biggest things. I'm gonna read from top to bottom here. Carrots, onions, green beans, oat bran. So I guess that's oat, canola oil,
Oh, nice.
zucchini,
Oh,
soybeans, peas, broccoli. Shout out to broccoli. Wasn't expecting them to make an appearance.
me neither.
Corn, soy flour, spinach, red bell pepper, arrowroot powder, which is like kind of like cornstarch, garlic, actual cornstarch, cornmeal, a little bit of salt. The only word I don't know, methyl cellulose. Cellulose. Then they hit you with
Wow.
the parsley and the black pepper for garnish, and that's the veggie patty, baby. What that is a better lineup than Coachella 2024 right there.
No kidding. So there's an ingredient in there that starts with meth. There's and there's more in quantity of that than parsley, which is concerning.
Yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, don't worry about that one. There's spinach.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, out of all the ingredients, besides the actual just straight up vegetables, this one's probably the healthiest. But also shout out to Americans for like putting corn in everything. like like it's all just corn.
It's
Everything
so
we eat
weird.
is corn, dude.
Like, how did corn make its way into every single thing? What doesn't make any sense. I feel like I've seen like I don't even know if I've seen a cornfield in real life. Where is it even coming from?
Oh, dude. They're scary, man. They're
I've heard.
it's like the ones from the movie Interstellar where they go into the corn maze and then just like disappear
Mm,
forever. I don't know if I got the
right, or
movie
like
right.
signs maybe.
Yeah, exactly. For some reason, Holes with Shia LaBeouf is coming to mind.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure they were in a field at some point.
Absolutely. But I think it also goes back to World War II, Ty. Isn't there like some like history here where it's like whoever was president during World War II, I feel like I should know this, decided that like in order to like self-sustain in the worst case scenario, we have to like have our own production of something, and they decided corn would be it. I feel like you might have told me this.
Oh, I feel like I should know this.
Yeah.
That is a very plausible explanation for why corn's taken over. But it also just
Hmm.
seems like the most like I don't know if like broccoli's this versatile as corn. Like corn is an oil, it's a corn could be fuel, corn can be anything. I don't know if
True.
other vegetables are capable of such generalist traits. Maybe they are, maybe we just haven't pushed carrots to their limit yet.
Yeah, maybe not. But
Like
also,
double
I'm just doing some research on the side here, and it looks like corn Thai is extremely cheap, abundant, and easy to grow. It's the American
mm,
vegetable.
it really is.
That's really
I love
funny.
that. Little piece of Americana. But the weird part about corn is that it's kind of an infrastructure vegetable, you know? It's always in the back end, it's always
Hmm.
behind the scenes, kind of playing more of a producer role, not like a lead actor role. And I think that's what's
Hmm.
so strange about it is that you'll never see corn as the lead actor in a dish or even just getting credits until you like
Yeah,
actually watch the end of the film like I'm doing right now.
I know. Imagine if, like, at a Michelin restaurant, they present to you some kind of dish and then they describe what's going on, right? It's like, well, there's a tuna tataki here with a little bit of balsamic glaze and just a touch of corn syrup to really liven things up. It's like that never happens.
Yeah, dude, the canola oil, cornstarch, and corn syrup all combined to make the sauce that they're drizzling on there. It's not even getting mentioned. Maybe maybe we just assume at this point that it is in everything, which I do. So it needs no introduction.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's like water. Like every ingredient has water in it. Every
Yeah.
possible additive. You know what I mean? It's like on a molecular level, you can't not have water.
Hmm. Like, and so water doesn't grace the nutritional list of any processed food I see. So it is kind of like
Hmm.
water. But honestly, the corn industry, Eric, is sleeping on this opportunity because if that shit is in everything and they're not even talking about it, they're not even, it's like they're not even proud of it. The corn industry should be shouting
Hmm.
from their rooftops, running propaganda across the nation for us to be more pro corn.
Hmm.
Like we need to be addicted. Like everyone's addicted to corn, and I like.
We don't even
I
know
think
it.
we need to like desensitize people to it. You know.
Wow. I think we've I think it's the opposite, Ty. We're too desensitized to it. So much so that we take it for granted. But I
Mm,
think as a society we need to be more sensitive to the benefits that corn provide all of us. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
it's just like so ubiquitous.
Dude, you know how I was just describing corn as like a character in a TV show or a movie?
Okay.
You could describe that as in one word, cornography.
I swear to God, we talked about Corn Hub before.
Probably. Dude, I was so caught up in that pun that I missed whatever you said before I said that. Can you repeat it?
Something about desensitizing or sensitizing ourselves
Oh,
to
yes, yes.
corn. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to refresh our palate, restart the energy, rethink how corn is presented and spoken about and eaten with intent.
Speaking of eating with intent, Ty, and re energizing our palates, I want to put forward an idea for you that I think you might fuck with as like a new thing that's in for 2024. Okay.
Okay.
And that
I'm
is,
listening.
and that is eating grocery store food in the car.
Okay. I'm still following.
Get this, Ty. I went last night to Safeway and we're just perusing the seafood section. And obviously, I was hungry. Shopping while hungry is always a bad idea. But in this case, I came across the shrimp cocktail and I found out that Safeway does a shrimp cocktail like fresh, ready to be eaten with like maybe like 10 shrimp in there. It's really just like kind of grab and go style, like cold bar, you know, the raw bar. So I hit the
Damn.
raw bar
Dude.
at Safeway and then I just like grabbed a few other things that I actually needed. And then I just sat in the car and I was like, it's going to be like an hour or two until dinner's ready. So I'm just going to kill this shrimp cocktail right now in the parking lot of Safeway.
Wow. The only cocktail you're allowed to A, drink during dry January, and B, drink from the driver's seat. What a move, Eric.
What a move, dude. They said I couldn't have a cocktail while driving. I said, I'll show you.
Watch this.
Watch
hold
this.
my
Watch this
hold my
space.
beer.
Oh, dude. But it was such a like nasty little pleasure of mine just sitting there watching people like park their cars and get out, and I'm just like sitting there eating a shrimp cocktail, dipping it in the cocktail sauce, just
Mm.
throwing
Yeah, dude.
the shrimp ends out the window.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's freaky, but I like it. I like it. It's
Yeah, dude, that's
freaky.
what I'm saying. Gotta hit the cold bar at grocery stores and just before you even get home, just crack it open in the car. It's honestly the move.
That's
It's
really
instant
cool.
gratification.
And you know what I feel like? I feel like it's the bourgeoisie version of like hitting the bag of Doritos, because that I think that's like the go-to move for most hungry people at the grocery store. Like no one's grabbing
Hmm.
like a gala apple off the produce shelf and munching on that after the register. No, they're hitting
Hmm.
the chocolate covered pretzels, you know?
Shame
So
on them.
yeah, I like this. It's a little fancier, you know. It's
Hmm.
normcore but bourgeoisie. I think it's on trend.
Hmm. Exactly. It gives the raw bar at Safeway a reason to exist. Because like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm gonna like make a shrimp cocktail for guests, I'm probably gonna buy the either the frozen one or I'm just gonna buy shrimp with like cocktail sauce on the side to like assemble myself. The
Mm-hmm.
frozen one is if I'm being lazy or if I don't like my guests. But
Mm-hmm.
the small 10-piece nugget meal with the sauce in the middle, that's for me. You know what I mean? Like that's for me in the car later by myself, so I can just think about my day and eat that.
I love that. The chicken of the sea, shrimp,
Exactly. Shrimp,
the
yeah.
chicken nugget of the sea.
Exactly.
That's such a sick move.
Hmm.
I'm okay. Well, here's the thing, Eric. Is what I like about this move is that I'm kind of tired of like, I sometimes you're just like hungry and you need to solve a problem, but the fast food industry has one stopped providing instant gratification for me, and two isn't diverse enough in their offering to really appeal to like I just need a placeholder to feel full for a bit, but I don't want to like have diarrhea, you know? So
Exactly.
like the fast food is kind of failing for the placeholder meal, right? Before the meal before the meal. And
Hmm.
this is where the grocery store can fill that gap.
Hmm. You're absolutely right. I also like I agree, but it's also because I can't control myself at fast food restaurants. Like
Mm,
I'll tell myself like, "Oh yeah, I'll just get one junior chicken to kind of like get me through this long drive home." But then I'll end up ordering like three junior chickens and a fish fillet, and then I like won't eat dinner. And then Bay's
yeah,
like, "Why aren't you eating? What's wrong?" I'm like, "I hate myself. That's what's wrong."
it's really
Yeah.
funny. You're like, Bay's like, "Are you okay? You've barely touched your salmon tartare," and you're like, "Oh, it's because there's a lot of tartare sauce in the fish fillet I just threw back."
Exactly. I'll never forget time when we went to the drive-through together at McDonald's and you had
I was
ordered
just thinking about this.
you had ordered a egg McMuffin at like 7 p.m., which is super twisted. I don't know why you did that, but you order the egg McMuffin in vegetarian style and then you like somehow like just knew that it was going to have meat in it anyway. And before you took a bite, you looked inside and there was a pink disc that you would just hurl out the window.
Yeah, dude, those terrorists at McDonald's, no matter what you say to them, will try to slide a slice of ham into that breakfast sandwich. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So what was really cool though is when I hucked it out the window like a frisbee, it made such a like a satisfying splat when it hit the sidewalk. Like it just went splat and stopped moving. It was beautiful.
Hmm.
Touchdown.
It really was. You frisbeed it perfectly across my lap out the passenger window for no reason other than you wanted to do that. But respects for sticking the landing, literally.
It was a sticky business.
Exactly. I think that time I had three junior chickens or something.
It's pretty crazy how you could just like open up the gullet and send them back. You know, the junior chickens come marching in.
Oh, dude. All time greatest invention
Mm-hmm.
by McDonald's Incorporated.
It's quite yeah. Your fast food meal is quite the lineup. Speaking of
Thank you.
Speaking of lineup, I know I already mentioned it, but we got to talk about what's going on with Coachella this year.
Yeah, break it down for us. Who's headlining, who's bottom row, and who's in charge of the stage design?
Yeah, okay. I can definitely not give you that much information, but our headliners this year are Miss Lana Del Rey, Mr. Tyler the Creator, and
Oh.
I don't want to gender them, Doja Cat. Meow.
Interesting. Tyler is kind of a surprise, but not a surprise. In my mind, he's always been like, kind of like, I don't know, not like a headlining type of artist because he was always for like a subgenre of kids. But
Too
this
niche,
guy's
yeah.
definitely crossed over in recent years. So that'll be interesting. He also puts on a great show. I'm sure that went into the decision.
Yeah, and like I thought the same thing as you, Eric, as a first reaction, but then I realized he's probably the most deserving of these headliners because he's
Hmm.
runs his own festival. He's crossed over to the mainstream. He's got so many other ventures. He's built both his own brand and the brand of many other musicians. Like he probably deserves that headliner spot more than Lana Del Rey or Doja Cat, who doesn't even like her fans. Classic Coachella headliner
Dude, no kidding. Noticeably, actually, do you have it with you? Can I see it?
lineup. Yeah, I can screen share. Let me pull it up. Dude,
Because
it's
I have a feeling that there's going to be no Opium members on the lineup, and that'll be a huge miss for Coachella if true.
yeah, unfortunately for both of us. Okay.
Actually, I'll just pull it
Can you
up.
see
This is
that?
taking
Yeah,
you.
you just pull it up.
This is
Dude,
taking you
okay,
too long.
so I gotta say though, like this is the first year, Eric, that I felt like I am no longer Coachella's demographic, which is a bit hard to swallow. I always thought I was. And then when I read
Hmm.
through these little paragraphs of increasingly smaller and smaller text, I recognize less and less words. And I think I
Yeah.
recognize maybe 10% of the overall list of musicians. They've really leaned into Latin American music this year. And I think that's part of the reason for this discrepancy.
Hmm.
Or maybe I'm just out of touch.
Hmm. Yeah. Also, I don't think Coachella is like the brand of music that we probably listen to now, or is like,
Mm,
I don't know. Maybe I'll speak for myself. It's not the genre of music that I listen to, to be honest. Even though they cover every genre, it just feels like, yeah, I don't know, like just popular music. Whereas like Rolling Loud, that's a different story.
hell yeah. I agree with that, but I always felt like Coachella did a great job of representing in the first like two lines who's who now, and in the rest of the lines who's going to be who tomorrow. Like I was looking at the 2012 lineup the other day, and
Oh
the
wow!
very last row in little tiny text was the word Kendrick Lamar.
Oh shit, that's
So,
pretty cool.
and that's pretty cool to see like how these names like increase their rank every year on the scoreboard,
Hmm.
like it's like an NBA season, you know?
Yeah, they kind of just increase their font size over the years.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. So out of these 3 days, Ty, what is what's the best day? Saturday, Sunday? Is it Friday even? What do you if you have to go to one of these days, what is it?
If I had to go to one of these days, Eric, I'd have to go with the Saturday show with Tyler's. That's Tyler's headlining. I think it would be cool to see
Hmm.
Ice Spice. I think it would be cool to see Jungle. It'd be cool to see Grimes and John Batiste, and Kevin Abstract would be pretty dope.
That is exactly what I was thinking as well. Blur,
Hmm.
Sublime.
One O Tricks Point Never would be super sick.
Yep. Just like the 3 p.m. slot for One O Tricks Point Never, like on like the small stage.
Yeah, not the ideal time or place to see them, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Bar
Destroy
Italia.
Lonely, the drums, Bar
Oh,
Italia. Yeah,
Lone
I'll go to that show with you.
Lone is happening. Oh shit. And I saw Ken Carson on the Friday, so Opium is representing, thank God.
Thank
There's also
God.
Skepta on Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looks alright.
There are names on this list, but it's not that many. It's just
So
not
Ty,
enough.
it's not enough, no. Usually, like I know everyone in the first line, but that's not even the case here, right? Like who is who's the Rose? Like, I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know, dude. Even like the second word on this is Peso Pluma, which is in the second biggest font. I didn't know who they were. I went and listened to their music all day yesterday just to figure it out.
Mhm.
It sounds like kind of like poppy mariachi music, but I think he said the word Maybach at one point, so I'm not really sure what's going on. He's wearing like a Supreme balaclava and a Spotify profile.
Oh, perfect. Man, it's kind of strange because there's like these like NPCs that are like probably have like 7 million followers and we've like never
Mhm.
once heard of them. Like that guy's font size is the same as J Balvin. Like
Yeah.
that
Wild, right?
says that he's very famous, and the fact that we've never heard of him.
Never crossed my
Is
desk,
this a
but
result, Ty, of the immigration issue in the United States?
is this what Trump was trying to protect us from?
There's way too many Latin artists on this lineup, and I think it's because they've snuck into the country.
Wow. Dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, I think what happened here, Eric, was like the algorithm has siloed us even more, you know? I think I know
Mm,
the world of music, but I only know my world. And here we
absolutely,
are with like, and then I'm trying to figure out why Nav is only third line, but that's because I live in a different reality.
dude. Nav puts on maybe the worst show of all time. I think that's why
Mm,
he's third line.
that's okay. That makes sense. But then you like think
Yeah.
about how these names could all just be up and comers. Like the very bottom row is a little band called Feeble Little Horse. That could be the Kendrick Lamar of 2030, you know? Who knows?
It's a good point. Yeah, earmark these names because who knows? Like now's the time to invest in their art. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you can pull a Martin Shkreli and buy their album and release it in 20 years when they blow up, then you might have a pretty penny.
Yeah, I'm about to sign off this pod and go Google if DJ Seinfeld has any NFTs I can buy.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Well, once again, I
Interesting.
won't be attending this festival.
Mhm.
I don't think you are either, just based on your reaction.
Yep.
And there we have it.
Yeah. Another year of hating from outside the Coachella Valley.
Exactly. I'd rather avoid the inflated airline ticket prices and the like lack of hotels and then have to suffer in an Airbnb. Like I'm good on all that.
You're built different. You can't handle that anymore.
I really can't. I need to have a
You're
seat at a concert. Like when I'm looking at concert tickets, I look at where the best view is from a chair,
mhm,
let
mhm.
alone proximity to the artist. I could care less about that.
Yeah, dude, I'm in my chair as well. That's chair era. If you didn't pick up on that, like I'm accustomed to a certain degree of concert or comfort at concerts now, and I don't
Hmm.
want to be standing. I did a move at my last show I went to. The lean at the back of the room. I leaned against the
Oh
wall. That was
shit.
okay. That's an acceptable move.
You're standing right next to the audio engineer. Like,
hmm
nice job, bro. Like, this
Trying to
is
throw him
pretty
some
sick.
pointers.
It's like, yeah, you're coming a little hot on the left side here. I only have 3 years of podcasting experience. Take it if you want.
I just got a mic, but I know everything can about gain.
Exactly. When we're talking about getting gains, we're talking about podcasting.
Mhm. This is my gym.
Exactly. We're working out in the booth.
Wow.
King.
What else is going on? Nothing? Anything? Ready to go downtown? Ready to go resist a sip of licky?
I'm ready to go ask for sparkling water and then decline the drink menu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Not much is going on other than Kanye just replacing his beautiful teeth with like metal jaws. I guess
Oh
he said he
yeah.
was replicating the Bond villain goes by the name Jaws. Is that it?
I think so. Dude, the titanium teeth thing is weird. He's gone from like through the wire to through the melted down iPhone 15, you know?
Yeah, true. But I heard that he hasn't had real teeth in like decades because of the accident, right? Like he broke all of his
Oh
teeth.
shit.
So he's always had
Right.
veneers and like grills that he just like swaps out and stuff like that. So
I
he's
never
not
thought
really
about that.
yeah. Yeah, kind of interesting.
So this is more of a function driven decision than aesthetics only, because like I was wondering, I'm like, man, I wonder what he chomped down on where he said, enough is enough. Get me the strongest substance beyond before diamonds to put in my mouth, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he doesn't have to floss anymore. Like, if you were to like purchase new teeth, why wouldn't you purchase ones that are never going to rot, or
Mm-hmm.
like ones that like you don't have to floss or do anything to? Like, I don't like what is how
Completely
does he brush his teeth
unbreakable.
with like metal cleaner? Like he
He's like,
just sprays WD-40.
I was thinking the same thing. Gotta polish that shit up.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know, man. Good for him. We all know this is not going to last very long, but it's cool for the moment. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's provocative. It gets the people going. Album coming
Mm-hmm.
soon.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, dude? He can fearlessly chomp down on any frozen veggie patty at Subway he wants. Like he could just mouth through anything. Like dude is a
Dude, yeah.
machine now, a mouth machine.
hmm He could probably force a foot long down there while rapidly chomping down on it and have it just disintegrate in front of him.
Yeah, dude. He
Kind of
probably
like a
eats
a
like
woodchucker or something.
I think he eats like Pac-Man, you know, now like munch
Yeah,
munch munch
exactly.
munch.
Exactly, dude.
Wow.
Brilliant. That's all I had for you today, Ty. Anything else?
I don't know, dude. When everything titanium grills, I'm like, that's a nice barbecue, but it's taking on a different meaning.
hmm In a fight between him and his iPhone 15, who's winning? You know,
Oh, the
probably
first thing I
Kanye.
would do is try to take a bite of my phone for sure. Test
Yeah,
these things out.
yeah. I'm biting down on something that shouldn't be bitten. You know, just to see what I can do.
Hmm. Yeah, see what kind of horsepower these things got.
Exactly.
Okay, King. That's
All
all
right,
I got for
breadheads.
you, though.
Likewise, breadheads. Thanks for listening.
Hmm.
Yeah, be sure to tune in next week, Tuesday. New episode coming.
Dropping hot. Okay. Ciao.
Ciao.